A lot of people look at the economy garages and they wonder who is running the show and where did he come from. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background history of Jamie Bird, owner of Economy Garages. I was born and raised a Duluthian my whole life. I've never left the city. My schooling, obviously, is all Duluth-based schools, and part of that, when I got into the post-secondary education, I have a computer degree. What I always tell young folks is that no matter what you learn in school, no matter which direction you think you're going to do in college, it doesn't mean that's where you're going to end up. However, it will give you information and expertise in certain areas that you will take with you the rest of your life that will help you. Jobs that I started with. Heck, I started at the Duluth Entertainment and Convention Center before it was known as the Duluth Entertainment and Convention Center, selling popcorn peanuts for circuses, for concerts that came to town. That was actually my very first job. I also, in my very early days, worked at McDonald's for a few years. All of those experiences and the different jobs that you have as a young folk, they give you insight on what you like and what you don't like. The other things that I've done is I delivered medication to nursing homes for a while. Did things like working construction. What's real interesting is when I was wrapping up my college, thinking that my future was going to be in computers, I ended up pounding nails. I worked for a small construction company and gained some insight on the building industry. And when I went through that, what intrigued me about that is the codes, knowing that how structures are built, why they're built that way. It really changed the path in the direction that I was going. Following college, I ended up marrying my high school sweetheart. Part of that life experience is, raising a family, wondering which direction you're going to go to support the family. At one point, my wife and I had 5 different jobs to try to make ends meet. People go through that, and it's part of the experience they come from and where they end up going. Ruth and I purchased a small little 1-bedroom bungalow, and we took that and moved on to building that into a 5-bedroom, 2-bath home with very little experience, but what I did have is relatives that had much experience. And so by taking on that project and learning a lot from my grandfather, named him Papa, great man, full of knowledge, and learned a lot from him. And I think the direction that I ultimately ended up coming in the construction area is because I did feel that there was a lot to learn there, and there was a lot of good that can happen. In '96, I ended up seeing a job opportunity for an outside sales for Economy Garages. I thought about it for a while, and my wife and I hashed it over and didn't know if I would be any good at sales. But I tried it, and I took the job as outside sales, so I got out there meeting with a lot of folks. My experience from the building industry led me to be not a bad salesperson, but I wasn't really good at closing a deal. I was more about the information about building. I could tell you anything how to build, but I wasn't a good salesperson when it came to the close. By September of that same year, I was actually moved into management. Under management, I started dealing with folks and answering their questions when they called in. I also ordered materials, worked some bids on the inside in the office as a manager on that side. In the year 2000, I ended up moving up and buying out one of the partners that owned Economy Garages. So not only did I become an owner, but I had a partner, and for the next 16 years, me and that partner worked Economy Garages. In 2017, actually January 1st of 2017, I became the sole owner of Economy Garages, and it has been a long trek. We have, or I have, went through anything from all my schooling to my different jobs that I took, and as I sit here today, everything I do with Economy Garages is based on experiences that I have been through and have learned all the way through. Now, education doesn't end when you first get your first job. Everybody, at least I did, wish it would have, but you always have more to learn. In my experience, in my track, I have to take continuing education. I hold a building license in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Each of those states require me to have continuing education, which I have to stay on top of the changes in the industry, possible law changes, that type of thing, to hold my license in each of the two states. And those licenses are required because Economy Garages operates in Minnesota and Wisconsin, and I have to keep up on that also. Let's talk a little bit more maybe about my education side. Going through this, not only is there continuing education, I also have been to many classes and national seminars on different topics, from excavation, a lot in the concrete realm, because I wasn't strong in concrete, so I had to learn more about that. So I went to many classes on that. And then obviously in the building industry also, I go to the International Builder Show, the World of Concrete. I've taken many classes through those, trying to get specific information that I can pass along to our customers and to make sure that Economy Garages runs the best we can. We want quality product out there that lasts well below I'm pushing up daisies. So with that, that is kind of the background of where I'm coming from. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. I'll do my best to answer it. If I can't answer it, I typically know where to find the answer. Have a good day.